Hello and welcome to the Boost Over Ball podcast, your go-to place for everything Rocket League with your hosts, K-Cube, AJ Binky, and Red. So lean forward, lock in, and get ready to go Boost Over Ball.
We're working on it. So, hey, like I said...
Oh, I see what's going on.
Professionals.
Yeah, okay. It's better now. It looked good in the preview, but the preview was really small. So that's like part of the issue. But here we are. So, we're all here. We're all good to go. So, to listeners new and old, hello and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We did introductions already. Today is a fun episode. We'll be talking about the CRL announcement that they made at Worlds. We'll be talking about RLCS 2025, the format, the changes, what we're excited about, what we're not so excited about. We'll also be talking about Roster Mania as things continue to hit the fan. I'm still not entirely sure what's going on. I don't think anybody really knows what's actually going on. We'll be talking about the Twitter Alpha Cap drama. We'll be doing overtime questions for people who are here. And then we will wrap up for today. So without further ado, you guys ready to get started?
Let's do it. Okay.
CRL comes out after a year hiatus. It's a little bit of a different format this year. It's... instead of doing divisions, they used to do East-West. There is going to be one conference. It is going to be open to teams in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. There will be 4 open qualifier tournaments, and all of those will lead to a fall CRL championship. These are 2-day tournaments, with day 1 being a double elimination pool bracket, with the top 2 teams from each pool making it into a top 8. And day 2 is a double elimination bracket for the top 8 teams in each tournament. Red, as the resident CRL, potential coach, what are your thoughts on this format? We'll talk a little bit about, how the qualification works, and then we'll talk about how teams can make it to a fall championship.
So excited to have CRL back. He gives the guys stuff to be motivated to play and to try to improve to get to that level, right? But the one conference thing is going to it's going to be great for those higher level teams because you're going to face a lot stiffer competition, and thus you will truly be the best in CRL. At the same time, it absolutely sucks for anyone below like all SSL level, because I will say, as a former West Conference player and now coach, West Conference was definitely easier to make top 16 than it was, or top 8 than it was East Conference. So that is going to be a slaughter. There's going to be a lot of good teams that may not make the cut, but it should be exciting. I mean, I'm excited just to have CRL come back, and excited to see how these openings go.
Fair enough. I mean, I am intrigued. I think that the one conference system kind of makes it easier as a fan to like pay attention, to watch, to like keep track of everything. But as a team, I think it probably makes it harder to qualify. Is that kind of where your head's at too?
Absolutely.
Okay. AJ, do you have any thoughts on this? What the dog doing?
No, I meant the thing on top.
Fair.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen that.
Yeah, we kind of missed.
CRL's back.
We kind of missed the announcement video at Worlds because we were getting ready down in the bowels of Dickey's Arena to get some cool pictures and get ready for the day, doing our media meeting in the morning.
We missed everything.
Yeah, we did. So
except for fiber falling.
Yeah, we were on the floor.
We did
for
not
that.
miss that was
that was a good one. So, but yeah, so it's interesting to kind of to go back and to hear context from people, right? So we've been working with DJ TJ a lot. We host Third Man Podcast on the Boost Over Ball Podcast Network. Certainly he is quite involved in the CRL scene. So he has some, some positives and negatives to say about the format, just like we kind of do. But with that being said, after the open qualifier tournaments happen, the top teams from that will earn CRL points, and the top 8 CRL point earners will compete in the fall championships. So we will tweet out for our audio listeners. We will tweet out the schedule for that. The link to the schedule on the official our Rocket League website. But the schedule for audio listeners are as follows. October 5th and 6th is Fall Open number 1, which is this coming up weekend, which is kind of exciting. We'll get to see some CRL Rocket League this weekend. October 12th and 13th is Fall Open 2. October 19th and 20th is Open 3. November 2nd and 3rd is Open number 4. And the Fall Championship is November 16th and 17th, the weekend before Thanksgiving. So a lot of CRL Rocket League in not a great amount of time, but they got to fit it in before the end of the semester. So I would imagine finishing up in November would allow them to have the rest of November and December to kind of chill out, figure out CRL Spring, maybe bring back a CRL Worlds type situation, because at this point only being open to USA, Canada, and Mexico kind of excludes our EU teams that did so well at the CRL Worlds the last time. So I will, be intrigued to see how they can kind of incorporate some of the more global collegiate esports. But also, at this time we are unsure if the Fall Championships are a LAN. So I would love to see it be a LAN, but I don't know for sure if that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it would definitely. I don't see why they wouldn't do a LAN. I feel like unless there's like a money issue there. Another thing that I was just thinking about as you were talking there was the fact that only the top 8 point earners will compete in the Fall Championship instead of what RLCS does, which is what they bring 16 teams to Worlds, right?
Yes.
So it's interesting that they're cutting it down to 8 because it's already really tough to make that top 8 when it was the 2 conference system, right? But now you're cutting it to top 8 for both conferences combined. So you already removed 8 spots there. Like there are going to be some really good teams that are going to miss out on CRL this season, probably.
They definitely are. I am intrigued to kind of see, like, are we going to see the same 8 team or the same 16 teams at every qualifier? Is it kind of going to be spread out? Like, are people going to have like bad days, or maybe they won't? But also, they're going to be competing for $50,000 in scholarship prizing. After a minimized RLCS Worlds prize pool this season and an increase for next season, I mean, it kind of seems a little bit thrown together at the last minute. I mean, I'm certainly so happy to have CRL back, but it kind of just seems a little bit like an afterthought, to do it this semester.
Yeah, I mean, we're already like well beyond the usual start date for CRL quals, right? Back when it was the league format, you had CRL quals like second, third weekend of school
Yeah.
for most like universities. So it's a little odd that it's this late in the semester. I like it because it gives teams time to set their rosters and get used to playing as a team for those newer teams. But definitely does feel like, oh, we kind of forgot. We need to bring this back. Let's post this announcement and get it back real quick.
Yeah. And like on top of that too, like it's still, you're still kind of excluding some of those EU teams that, performed incredibly well at the last Worlds, CRL Worlds. And, realistically, what like this format, probably benefits, your bubble top 8 teams from the East. I think the East, a lot of people would consider it to be, would have considered it to be a little bit stronger than the West, at least last season. Things can change, rosters change, all that stuff. And then on top of that, with it being so late in the year, like people have things planned, right? So like,
oh, I think we lost him. He lagged out.
No.
Oh, you're back now. You
Am I-
died there.
I was
am,
muted.
am I back?
You are
Yeah, you're
back,
back.
yes.
Okay. And it brings back the cameras too. Okay. So glad to know that like that's what happens. Like the cameras go away because of the lag, and then we bring them back. Okay. So we're good there. But what I was saying is like I keep bringing him up, but we just saw him at Worlds. We talked to him a lot. But DJ TJ with CRL Worlds or CRL Fall happening so late into the season, like things are already planned, lands are already planned, events are already planned. So like 3 of the 4 opens are on something that's already happening, like Bluegrass Boost Battle. DreamHack Atlanta's happening that same weekend, and they're doing a tournament there as well. So it's like they're gonna have to make concessions so that these players can do like both things, or really schedule everything out so that they can get these players to be able to play CRL. Because at the end of the day, that's like they care more about that, I would imagine, just because of the prizing, because of the potential pipeline to pro play, just exposure, all that stuff. I think that it's going to be incredibly interesting to see how they're able to juggle all of those things. Comes with the territory, I guess.
Yep, such as Rocket League.
Okay, into our next topic, and what I'm very excited about is the transparency on this one, and that is RLCS 2025. We already got an announcement. We don't have to wait until a week before RLCS starts for that to happen. We don't need to, spend 4 months wondering, what is going on. But $5 million prize pool, so up a little bit from last season. It's still going to have 2 splits, 3 qualifiers and a major in each. Teams making, however, the biggest change in the split format is the top 8 teams from the previous so if you qualified, you made top 8 in qualifier 1, you are automatically inserted into the top 16 for qualifier 2. So a little bit of stability for these orgs, a little bit of stability for the players. Maybe you don't see Carmine Corps missing. You definitely wouldn't see Carmine Corps missing a regional and preventing them from making a major. So a lot of stability for orgs and players on that one. But the biggest changes from the splits is they've added a 1v1 circuit into RLCS. So they will have events, open qualifiers in Major 1 for EU, for SAM, and for APAC to compete. And these regions will have players in open qualifiers, and they will be competing to find the top 2 players. And the top 2 players will face off in a 1v1 match at Split 1 LAN. Similarly, at Qualifier 2, open qualifiers for NA, MENA, OCE, and SSA will compete online till we have a top 2. And, then the top 2 players will play at Major 2. And this culminates at Worlds, where the winner of Major 1 will play the winner of Major 2 to be crowned the 1v1 circuit champion. So, first off, how do you guys feel about the 1v1 bracket? How do you guys feel about the format of that? And maybe some of the complexity that is the 1v1 circuit?
I love it.
I'm excited for it. I think it's a nice change of pace, to bring something new to that kind of professional scene. At the same time, though, there's the question in the back of my head of who asked for this? Question mark. I mean,
Fear, Johnny,
Maybe.
Pandy,
yeah, I guess
Wavy.
you're
I could go on.
Your standard, your
Nas.
typical 1v1 guys. At the same time,
Every Falcons player.
Every
Shocker.
EU player, yeah.
Every EU player.
I know. I think it'll be interesting to see how the RLCS fan base kind of carries over to the 1v1 scene, right? Because there's definitely people that only watch 3v3, and there's definitely people that typically only watch 1v1. So I'm excited to see how how this all plays out, and to see what all comes with it. Maybe we get more 2v2s in there as well, because that seems to be the only game mode that most pros play in ranked nowadays.
Yeah, well, it certainly does seem to be that way. And I'm excited, though. It's a cool change. I don't think it takes away anything from the 3v3 RLCS. except for maybe a little bit of prize pool money, but that's also maybe why the prize pool is bigger to begin with, is to accommodate for this. So, but it's cool to see exposure for different game modes. It's going to be maybe a little bit of a change of pace for people who, maybe don't want to watch threes all the time, but, and you're definitely going to see a different group of players playing in that, right? Like, there's some players who are phenomenal 1v1 players that play in RLCS, Zen being one of them, Vatira being one of them, Beast Mode, Daniel are all, fantastic ones players, but, we will also see people like Wavy, people like Zapatos, and others that are even more incredible 1v1 players. So it's another way to expose more talent, to show people more, to diversify who enjoys, professional Rocket League. So for that reason, I'm excited, but I'm intrigued to see how this, we only get to see one 1v1 match at each major and one at the World Championships. So, and only one player from, 2 players will qualify from EU, SAM, APAC combined, 2 players total, and 2 players from MENA, OCE, NA, and SSA. So I am intrigued to see how that will play out.
All right, predictions. Who goes from each region?
Oh, dear God.
Zen, I'm not very well versed in the 1v1 scene, so I have no idea.
I'll say Zen goes for EU, and then I want to say Yan, but I don't know if Yan plays a lot of ones.
It's not going to be Yan.
No, maybe a Drafinho or a Lost. I feel like Lost could be pretty good.
Does it have to be on? Do they have to be on a team?
No. Could be Zapatos.
Okay.
I just don't know. I don't know enough ones players yet. I haven't started doing my research on that.
Okay, gotcha.
Can be anybody.
Nas, he's going.
Yeah,
Diaz, he's going.
Diaz, that's a good one I didn't think about. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Those are both Sam, right?
Yes. The homie Brad, maybe he starts grinding the ones. Probably not.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, probably not. But and then, last but certainly not least, we have changes to the World Championships. 20-team worlds. Woo! This expansion includes a play-in stage, so basically the wild card, where 4 teams from the last chance open qualifiers will face off against the 4 lowest seeded teams from the 4 lowest ranked regions.
So kind of like a wild card. Not quite.
We're close. It's Kirkland brand wild card.
Kirkland brand.
But from this play-in stage, only 4 teams will move on to join the top 12 teams in the main event. So, and I believe that this is an average of their performance at majors. That's how that works. So we have
Makes
NA,
sense.
EU, SAM, MENA, APAC, SSA. Am I missing any? We got 6 regions.
I think you got him.
So, realistically speaking, and I would imagine EU will avoid this, right? They will be one of the top 2 finishing regions. So you would like to think that NA would be the second region.
You'd like to think so.
Most likely.
if you have like a real stunner of an event like they did at Worlds, maybe not, right? Gen G, like G2, the only NA team making top 8. No, I lied. Space Station did.
Yeah, Space Station won.
But Gen G out, OG out.
I still think. I mean, it's a very, very small chance that NA wouldn't be that second region, right?
Yeah, maybe maybe MENA has just an absolute incredible event, and they send 2 teams.
That'd be Sam.
Or Sam.
Let's be honest with ourselves.
Maybe even OCE if we saw how they played it at the Worlds, right? Like, it's all on the table.
Yeah, I mean, OCE looked fantastic, so they could definitely put their name in the hat.
But it's also average position, right? So like if an NA team wins and an NA team gets last, then 8th to 9th is the average. So it really just takes one event to kind of throw a wrench in that. But more importantly, the thing that I think is going to be the most interesting to talk about is this last chance qualifier. That is open to everybody. Anybody can sign up, and at least as of right now, as of recording on October 1st, we're live streaming this, you guys know, there has not been confirmation that it needs to be a previously formed team.
Interesting.
So you could sign up with anybody, right? So like EU finishes up their qualifiers, your top 4 teams are going, Oxygen is not. But, you got players from SA looking in there. You got, other teams that didn't quite make it, but, you could make a super team with basically everybody who's got left, right? So, you're like, you know what? NA, we got Nas, we got Jorias, and you know what? We're gonna grab someone. We're gonna grab Justin off of Shopify. And we're gonna run this. We're gonna run
Dr.
this last
No
chance
from
qualifier.
another MENA player.
I'm interested to see if they make an actual ruling on that, because just from the thought of it, I doubt Psyonix would let that happen.
Why?
I think well, it's the same reason of like why they didn't let any of the MENA teams that made roster changes take that second spot back, right? They're really keen on like teams that were already formed and already like playing.
But the storyline,
because they're the ones that qualify.
I understand the storyline, but it's Psyonix. They're not going to usually let those storylines happen.
I mean, I'm all for it. If they allow this to happen, I think that's incredible content. The Cinderella run, like
I was like, for the content side of things,
honeymooning their way
absolutely.
to a world championship is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, for the content side of things, absolutely. Free for all. From
You
the
really don't think
logistical
they're gonna-
standpoint, I don't.
they're gonna let that happen?
I'm like pretty confident.
No, I think at some point we're gonna get a team that wasn't formed beforehand getting into the top 4.
That's how long is some point? Are we talking like 5 years? Like,
Yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna not specify.
Not specify a region.
This
not
prediction
specify a
is
team, not
always
specify a
Exactly.
region.
Exactly.
I'm never wrong. The prediction never ends.
Exactly.
Hey, he's if Bates never lies, he's never wrong. So like that's all I have
This
to
is
say
true.
about that one.
This is true.
But so I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on the play-ins, the open qualifiers, RLCS 25 in general?
I love it. I still hope that come next season, or it's not this coming season, but the season after that, we go back to a full wild card. I just think the wild card has so much more, so much more hype to it, so much more story to it. Now, this play-in may prove me wrong once it comes around, but the wild card the last wild card we had was such a good wild card that it's hard to really beat that. So I could be proven wrong, but I'm excited that we're starting to get that prize pool built back up, starting to get back to those bigger numbers. Starting to starting to rebuild and get back to the hype that we used to have. Starting to make sure that we aren't a dying game, as a lot of people have discussed at this point.
Yeah.
So.
But also another thing that I don't know if it plays in any factor into it. I don't know if it's going to mean anything for any of the players or the circuit, but 2025 is Rocket League's 10-year birthday. It will have at July of 2015 is when Rocket League came out. At the end of if it's the same schedule as last season, in between Major 2 and the World Championships, will be Rocket League's 10th birthday.
And now I feel really old. Thank you, K-Cube.
Yep, that's what I'm here for. So, I mean, I'm intrigued to see if that, has any, if they're going to do anything special for that in RLCS, if they're going to do any, I mean, I'm sure that they're going to do some in-game events because they're usually pretty good about that, but I'm intrigued to see if that will play a factor into any of the RLCS stuff. Maybe that's why there's a bigger prize pool, maybe something else.
Oh, did he die again?
At least he knows when he dies now.
This is true.
So we got that going for us at least. I wonder if he still records on his end.
Oh, and he's back.
Welcome back.
The craziest part about that is, it does still record, and I can still hear you perfectly fine.
Huh.
That's funny.
It's the
That's
weirdest
so
thing.
weird.
So,
What?
your audio levels are still
It's
going up and
only
down.
upload that cuts out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's super annoying.
But I mean, for the audio listeners, this is all going to get edited out.
Oh yeah, we can see it on the Twitch stream now.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
so
sitting
weird.
like-
He just sitting
I
there
just sit back and I'm
sadly.
like so defeated. Exactly. Mhm.
Yeah, that's so funny.
But hey, if you take over doing the OBS stuff, then that won't happen. So it'll just be
Yeah,
me
exactly.
it'll just be me that cuts out.
Yep. I go bye, Cube. Oh, I'm still not back. What? When am I coming back?
Oh no, it's not doing. Is it doing it again?
Doing what?
This happened to Red the last time, and
Oh yeah, I forgot. How did you fix that? Did you just like
Have to,
restart
reset
it?
it?
yeah,
You might have to. He's gone. He's gone to the void.
That's unfortunate.
you're back. I fixed it. I'm the greatest.
Let's go.
Hey.
Okay, but I knew how to do it this time, so it was infinitely shorter. And we've
Nice.
cut down on the tech issues, even though there's been a couple still, but we have cut down.
I don't know
on
if we
them,
cut down
so.
it. We still had the like 5-minute break of tech issues.
Well, I mean, maybe, but not really. But like, we brought that upon ourselves as opposed to the tech bringing it upon us.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I count that as a win.
Well,
But
my face is half cut off.
yeah, I know it's part of the experience. But anything else that you guys want to add about CRL, about RLCS before we jump into everybody's favorite section?
Oh, it's everybody's favorite section. Oh, gotcha.
Oh yeah, you know what it
bring
is.
back sideswipe tournaments.
I'm here for the sideswipe
I know
tournaments.
it's just a bunch of little kids. I was gonna add some other adjectives in there too, but I won't.
Whoa, now.
And don't get us
there's
banned yet.
there's lots
Yeah.
of issues with the sideswipe tournaments, but it makes me money.
Fair.
Fair enough.
But everybody ready? We got to cue it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hearing whispers of players coming, flags going on, but they're just trying to keep the fans' lights glowing. Can't trust the mages, can't trust their scouts. There's roster rumors, man. It's wearing us out.
All right, so why don't I hear it?
You can only hear it on stream.
Yeah, it was on stream. Sorry, because I just played it on my computer.
You listen to yourself?
No, I only turned it on to hear the song, so I know when to
Just
start
noise.
talking.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're gonna be head bopping out of sync,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
entirely out
great.
of sync.
It's fantastic.
Alrighty, Reds roster rumors. We got some spicy ones, very spicy ones today. I would, make sure you're seated, make sure you're ready, make sure you took your heart medication if you got it. All right, start off. We'll start mild. Aqua is set to leave NRG. He's officially left the roster and will be exploring free agency this season. Not really a shocker there. The NRG roster didn't really perform as they were hoping, and it just seems like it's the never-ending cycle of who's going to be the third man for Garrett G. With that being said, moving on to some more surprising and terrifying information for North America. Drawley is set to be is not only set but has officially signed with Carmine Corps, taking over Rise's spot, who I had in here as well. Rise has left Carmine Corps, hence Drawley getting signed over there. Rise, nothing confirmed yet. Has been seen some maybe bait tweets on him rejoining Moist with with the old squad. Obviously not full Team Queso, but I could see something happen there. Maybe, who knows? Next, Exotic, of formerly known as Team BDS, is set to join Team Vitality. This is the only pickup from Team Vitality, but this is definitely a scary one. Zen looks to shape out of the roster because Zen is not leaving, I believe.
He's
as
under
far as
contract
I've
until
heard.
2026. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's not going to leave, but it certainly means that it won't be easy to pry him away from Vitality.
Absolutely. So big a pickup for Team Vitality once that goes through. Arsenal for Dignitas is exploring free agency. Curious to see where he lands. I'm not sure what kind of team NA is looking to build there. That LJ and First Killer still needing a third, but Arsenal isn't really that third man, I don't think. Let's see here. OG Esports, even with their short tenure in Rocket League, is leaving the scene after just 1 year. JNaps, Com, and Nolly are all going separate ways. We are unsure if they will be sticking together as a team for a different org or if they will be splitting up or duoing up anywhere. Another old timer, Chicago, leaves SSG. Obviously, with LJ going with first killer, it was not that surprising that SSG may be just going for a clean slate here. So, Chicago, again, exploring free agency there. Another one, Tox and Atomic, their contracts have expired with Luna Galaxy, so they will be exploring free agency. Not sure if they'll be sticking together or if they will be fully on their own looking for another team. As the Luna Galaxy squad, although did not make that that EU spot, they did fairly well in a very tough region. So I could easily see them getting their way into a good bubble team. And then this one, this is the big ticket
Spicy.
item right here. It is not confirmed. This is just that negotiations are occurring. There are discussions happening. Team Vitality are in discussions with Monkey Moon. You heard me right. World champion Monkey Moon.
Two-time world
could
champion.
Go, yes, sorry. Two-time world
Yeah,
champion.
get it right, please. Putting
Could
disrespect on the
be
man's name.
playing with Zen and Exotic on Vitality. NA,
No thanks.
we need to do something stat.
No
this
thanks.
is a problem. NA, we are screwed if we don't start building better teams. Because, oh my god, that's terrifying. You got Monkey Moon mental, like captain abilities with Zen and Exotic. Oh my
It
god.
won't be any good.
That is terrifying. So obviously nothing confirmed. There's just talks being had, but the fact that it's even being reported is still terrifying. That also leaves BDS with not a lot of players. So I'm curious to see if that happens. Who decides to take over there? Finally, another talks discussions are being had. T1, the League of Legends monster, they're known for League of Legends. Have expressed some interest in joining the Rocket League scene. A couple good things from this. One, another team. No idea what region they'd be in. Could be any of them. But two, T1's got a lot of money. They are long-time League of Legends franchises. So I'm curious to see it. I would love for them to come to Rocket League. But I'm also curious what region and what team.
Faker makes another deal with the devil, becomes a Rocket League pro, and makes the highest salary of any Rocket League pro, and transfers to NA, and just dominates.
Oh my gosh, dude! If Faker
like 6-time world champion
pulls off the dual esport athlete and just ruins Rocket League, I genuinely
We'd be on the best
different
timeline. We'd be on the best timeline.
We'd be in the best timeline.
That'd be insane.
That'd be nuts just to have this League of Legends
so
player
cool.
that just steps on over and he's now a world champion over here too.
How
But
many times
again,
has he won worlds? I need to look this up now.
God, he's won it a couple times.
All of them? I don't know.
No,
No,
it's
not all of them. Definitely not all of them. But I kind of feel like that.
It does
Wait.
feel like that. I've watched a couple.
Oh, he's part owner of T1.
Oh.
I did not know that.
Well,
He's
when
the
you're
squishy he's squishy to C9 is Faker to T1.
Yeah, pretty
No,
much.
he's
Except
way better
Faker's
than
got,
Squishy
way
is at
better
Rocket League.
accolades.
No, but former player, champion, part owner of
Yeah.
the org that he played for.
Yeah, but
Sure,
former player,
but
former still dominating League of Legends. Although their team almost didn't make Worlds this year. I do.
I just
kind
want to
of
see how many times he's
check in
won
on their
worlds.
esports.
That's all.
But yeah, T1 expresses interest. Nothing confirmed. Still in the talks. They are flirting with the idea. So very exciting
I
to
can't
see.
even go to his
uh,
tournament results.
I
just
really
wanna see
hope
world champion.
we hear some good news soon on teams forming.
We need it.
Because, oh my god, EU is building a monster, and we need to do something about it. Otherwise,
He's only
it's
won
going to be
4
the same kind
times.
of-
He's
Only.
Turbo.
Turbo's as good as him. Come on, Faker. Pathetic.
Although maybe the competition level is higher in League than in not like in terms of like
Yeah.
skill
I
level,
mean, have
but
you
in
seen the
terms of
stuff
like the
they
number
do?
of players that play.
Trying to watch
And skill level.
pro League of Legends is like
It's
I
a
don't
different
know
sport.
what's happening. I just all of a sudden see a notification saying they defeated them, and I was like, all right, cool, great job, guys.
Have you played League before, Red?
No, never. I've
Oh.
played Dota 2 like 12 years ago. that
I have
was
like
it.
3,000 hours in League, and it's still the same way as you just described it. Like you can't even tell what's going on.
We might have to do Boost Over Ball podcast takes on League.
Oh god, I'm gonna be so terrible.
So am I.
I haven't played in years.
From
Oh,
one,
we
from
should do
one,
I have like
from one toxic
500
community
hours in
to
Dota
another.
2, but like yeah,
Wait, how many?
like 500.
Well, see, like
I understand
you
the concept,
understand
and, like,
what
I know how to-
mechanics you need.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
but not League. I have not played League, or
It's
if I
the same
have,
thing.
it's been like decades.
yeah, it's all the same thing though.
Yeah, but
All right,
anything else for
Let's
roster
see.
rumors?
believe that's it. I know that was a lot, so we'll take a chill pill for now. But yeah, that is it for roster rumors. But we're not done yet. We got some Twitter drama coming up.
So
Some beef
if
that has
if-
arisen.
if Faker switching to Rocket League would be the best timeline, does this make this the weirdest timeline?
Yeah, I'd say it probably weirdest because it's a weird thing to have drama about. Like it just seems like I don't want to really want to do this, but it's like school children arguments, right? It just
I mean, a
seems
little
really
bit.
weird.
I mean, it just so for people who aren't aware, this is like some drama with Alpha Cap on Twitter, and seemingly everybody else. Not everybody, but like a lot of people. So Achilles tweets, Shift Insider, Shift Reporter, but like because of the way that the deal shook out with Oxygen, who no longer exist now, Shift doesn't have any funding. So instead of tweeting on the Shift account or anything associated with that, Achilles is tweeting on his own account and, tweeting like something like sources, Team Vitality are in discussions with Monkey Moon regarding a potential transfer ahead of the RLCS 25 season. With Monkey Moon's contract expiring this offseason, he'll be a free agent. If the move is finalized, the implications for the future of Team BDS and Rocket League esports remain unclear. So he tweets that, and then Alpha Cap tweets, Team Vitality are in quotes. Team Vitality are in discussions with Monkey Moon regarding a potential transfer ahead of the RLCS 2025 season. End quote. And then he, dash Achilles. He credits him. He said that's from him. It's a direct quote. If Vitality get Monkey Moon and Exotic with Zen, does this make them the favorites for next season? Holy shit. So, long story short, he's not quote tweeting the Achilles tweet and putting his reply on top of it. He's direct quoting Achilles' tweet in his own tweet. So people are upset because it's not giving interactions and traction to Achilles, it's getting interactions and traction to himself, even though he credits Achilles. So
Who cares?
I
Get
kind of tend to
over it.
agree. It just seems like
Like-
a weird thing for people to be upset about.
Like I feel like this could have been so easily solved if it really matters this much, right? It could have just been something as simple as, "Hey, I'm Achilles. Hey, Alpha Cap, I appreciate you giving me credit. If possible, could you quote tweet me next time? I'd greatly appreciate it as it gives me more revenue from interaction. Thanks." Cool.
I think it's on
End
him
of
for
story.
caring.
I don't
I
even
can
think
understand
Achilles
it 'cause-
tweeted back at it.
I have no idea if he did or not. At the same time, though, I kind of understand because, it's still money at the end of the day, right? Those interactions, those likes, those reposts will earn you revenue from Twitter if you get enough. So, I understand it,
I think it's just as good as a quote tweet.
but
You can
Yeah.
click on his name and see
I
it.
feel like people outside characters in this issue blew it up further than it needed to be. This definitely could have just been a nice, quick, a 1v1 discussion. Like, hey, if it does really matter that much, let them know. Be smart about it and move on. But then it blew up on Twitter because it's Twitter. I'm not gonna call it X, and just
It's not.
It
It's Twitter.
just school ground arguments.
Agreed. But
It doesn't
in a little
matter.
bit lighter
Get
of a
over it.
tone, Arsenal tweeted, and I thought this was really funny. Arsenal, his own Twitter said, sources, Arsenal will be LFT heading into RLCS 2025 season. Dignitas is allowing him to explore his options. Which players could you see Arsenal teaming with? ? And a picture of himself playing. As if he was reporting it, even though it's just him, which I thought that was really funny.
That is funny.
So, I mean, a little bit lighter of a topic, but it's still weird. I understand interactions and AdSense and revenue and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you're still giving them credit. You're not like, hey, I said this. I'm reporting this.
Yeah.
Would a quote tweet be nice? Yeah, probably, but is it the end of the world? Definitely not. But
I can't believe we're still even talking about this.
yeah, well, here we are. But the last main topic we have for today is Lethamir's new map, and that is Immortals Progressive Island. He just announced earlier today that version 1.3.2 is live again. This is the first ever Rocket League open world campaign and training map. Explore a massive island featuring 8 unique zones, 32 levels, tons of side quests and secrets, and even lore. There's a speedrunning competition thanks to Immortals and Progressive. So, have you guys heard much about this? What are your
Nope.
thoughts?
I haven't heard at all about it. This is the first time hearing about it. Red?
I've did some looking to it. I knew they were working on something pretty big, but this is kind of crazy to think that we're having a RPG style workshop map, right? Campaign, training, unique areas, levels, side quests, and secrets. We had Rocket League RPG before GTA 6. I'm excited to give it a shot and just to see
Not
what it's
before
like.
we had GTA 5 on 18 different platforms, though.
True. But at the same time, I'm excited to try it. It should be interesting to see.
It should be.
I think this means Lethamir knows that there's not going to be a sequel to Rocket League.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. But also, you could get in really late on this one, but there is a
That being said, I'm downloading it right now.
Fair. There is a 24-hour speedrun challenge.
Yeah, definitely gonna be checking it out. I am excited to see it. It's also just kind of cool to see such a big, a big effort. Back when we had, was it Lyric had the training pack challenges and stuff, right? Was it Lyric or I can't remember. There was that one you had to make every shot and you won money or something, and I can't remember who.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Likuro, thank you.
was it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. So nice to see those kind of competitions coming back. Those are pretty fun.
Oh, Cube, I see you DC'd again.
Yep, I did. I'm back. We're good.
I was wondering. That's why.
Everything's
I went in and checked because you
But-
got a little quiet
So
there for a little bit.
for people who still would like an opportunity at this, there is a 24-hour speedrun challenge, $1,000 for the fastest speedrun that time in the first 24 hours. It closes on October 1st at midnight Eastern. So that is in about a little less than 3 hours. So if you would like to speedrun the 24-hour speedrun challenge, then by all means go for it. You could win $1,000. There is a 1-month speedrun challenge, though, that seems more doable. First place getting $2,500, second place getting $1,000, and third place getting $500. We can
Is there
tweet
any
out.
limit to who can win the money?
No,
It can be anyone.
I feel like they should limit it to people with winnings under $1,000.
supposedly it seems like a really hard map. The comments are, "Thank God I'm not the only one. I came here to talk about how stupidly difficult this map is as someone with 1,500 hours," which, I mean, again, it isn't a lot, but whatever. I wouldn't feel as bad about it if following the track and platforms in each stage let you actually complete it, but the time requirement makes you skip a lot of the platforms, and with mechs that nobody in actual rank of each map segment would have, any attempt to follow the path given at less than supersonic will be 95 to 100% fail rate past bronze. Similarly, anyone under SSL, don't waste your time. I was struggling and I got it done as a 1900 MMR player. So
Don't
it
tell
seems
me
like
what to do. I'm downloading it now.
okay. By all means,
I don't know who this person is, but they can't tell me what not to do.
That was Ludier on Steam and Mikey.
Oh, all right.
Meiki.
Shout out to Lumiere or whatever and Mikey.
Yep. So
I'm
sorry
not
to
listening to
out.
either of
Maybe I
you.
shouldn't have outed him like that, but here we are.
Yeah, who cares? I think we lost him again.
No, I just didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
But Lauren, if you go win the $1,000, I will eat all of my hats.
Oh, is that Lauren?
Yeah, that's Lauren.
Oh, that's so funny. I had no idea who
Lauren,
that was.
if you win that, you can take over coaching.
Yeah, you can have the podcast. You can host it.
Yeah, you've earned it at that point.
I will go retire.
But does anybody have anything else that they want to talk about for Lethamyr for less map? Which again, like, can't say it enough.
Stop putting your name in the map names. I get why you do it. Stop doing it.
He didn't.
Oh, all right, cool.
This one's called Immortals.
Hey, listen to me.
Immortals Progressive Island.
Bro, pre-fired the hate. What the heck?
Good. I haven't played one of his maps in like a year.
But now would be the deal.
Oh, pinned.
Yeah, I pinned that. That's worth it. But if anybody in chat has any questions that they want us to answer in overtime, by all means, put them in the chat. If nobody has any questions, maybe we did such a good job that nobody has any questions, then we'll wrap up for today. But we'll give it a couple of minutes while we wait to see if any questions roll in from people in chat. But
Lauren, come up with a good one.
Okay, but first and foremost, how terrifying is Drawley with K-Corp?
3 out of 10, I could beat him.
Okay, fair.
On a real note, so I'd say it's
Vatira, Atau,
scary. I would have gave you a higher scary rating if I didn't hear about the Monkey Moon.
Yeah,
news.
I was working my way up to that one.
Yeah.
I initially I was like, okay, that's gonna be a really good team. Like they're gonna make top 4. Like that team's scary. At the same time,
They're not Zen Monkey
I'm more
Moon
worried about the
and
thing
Exotic.
standing behind them, and that thing is Team Vitality.
Yeah.
Because if that Team Vitality happens, if that Team Vitality does happen, scare factor 10 out of 10. Eyes closed, sheets over the head, the fetal position. It's over. Oh, there goes KQ again.
Oh, is he gone?
He's gone.
Rip.
He just sits there staring at the camera.
I know.
What do you want me to do?
It's just.
I mean, you're still recording. You can keep talking.
I can hear you guys can't hear me, but you can, like.
Oh yeah, you can hear us.
I
Right,
can hear
forgot
you
about
guys,
that.
so I'm like, I just let them talk, and I'll fix it once it comes back.
Favorite player name. That's gonna be an easy one. We've already talked about this.
Favorite player name, handle, gamer tag, whatever it's called.
Red, you first.
Oh gosh.
Hold up. Let's all pick different names, and we can't pick our collective favorite
Oh gosh.
because we all know what. We all know.
Wait,
what
are you talking team names, or are you talking player names?
Favorite player name, handle, gamer tag, whatever it's called. So individual player.
RLCS or no?
Oh god.
It doesn't specify. I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, it would make sense. Ooh, this is gonna be tough. I gotta.
Player names, yeah.
Okay, I think I have mine. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I got mine.
There's an objective winner here.
Okay.
I'm curious to see what your opinion is.
If it's not the same as both of yours, then
I mean,
we've
hey,
done something wrong.
we'll find out.
Okay. What's yours then, AJ?
Well, mine's gonna be the same as you two's, which is the one I
Oh.
think we can't do because we're all three gonna pick that. So I want to hear Red's first.
You seem very confident in
The fact that you thought for a second makes me think you're not gonna pick him.
Oh, probably. I don't know.
Okay, go for
My
it.
favorite one, just because OG, part of me but I gotta go Banana Head. It just works
Okay.
so well.
Okay.
Cube.
I think I know who you're gonna say, and so I'll pick a different one. Like we said, I like Sad Junior. I think that's funny.
That's a good one.
All right, AJ, what was the one that we were supposed to pick?
Banana Head.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I was on track.
My second choice being Brad King. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Brad King.
That's
yeah.
my second choice. So like, Banana Head, Brad King in that order.
Also, I just like
Brad.
Sad Junior because Raspberries has an account Sad Senior, and I think that's really funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marky Dude, shout out Marky Doodah too. That's another good one.
Yeah, Marky Doodah was a good one back then.
I like that
I'll-
Winnie's considered part of the background.
Yeah. also shout out. I mean, we're doing player names, but shout out World of Tanks. You know who you are.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I don't know who you are, but you know who you
Okay,
are.
most confusing name. I need to know, why is Ruas RW9? Why is it said Ruas?
Because they're not able to use certain letters in their alphabet, so they replace them with numbers.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Now,
those
the better
numbers,
question: why the 9? What does the 9 mean?
that's just the letter they use to replace with that sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because like TRK has like those are just the English letters that fit there, and it's also killers technically, not clears.
Yeah.
Is what he has said through the translator.
Okay then.
But
Good to know.
there's other examples of that I cannot think of right now. Mawson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
M7SN.
N. Yeah. SN.
It probably
Yeah.
is the letter that most like similarly looks like or represents an A.
Yeah. Most likely.
Yeah.
But yeah. There you go.
Also, Winnie
Alright.
is the best player.
Winnie is the best player. Can you see her? I can't even tell.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
we can see the little
You see,
snout.
on stream, all they can see is the little snout.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Where's
But if there are no sorry,
a Winnie shaped neon sign? I'll make it happen.
that'd be a great background addition.
Yeah, it would.
But if there's no more questions, if you guys don't have anything to add, I think it's about time we wrap up for today. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
Works for me.
Sweet. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. Please remember to follow us on Twitch. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, join our Discord, rate us 5 stars wherever you listen to podcasts, as it really helps us out, really helps us grow our show. You guys are watching us on Twitch right now. If you're not, maybe you should be. If you're for an audio listener, give us a follow so that we in our quest for affiliate, and check out our TikTok, our merch store. All of these links and more can be found on our website at boostoverball.com. And from us here on the show, as always, remember to choose Boost over Ball.
Thanks for listening to the Boost Over Ball podcast. Make sure to check out our website at boostoverball.com.